guys, I thought I'd bring you along today on a farm visit just to show you what my day-to-day is like, and also explain the stuff that we're busy doing here in the center of Portugal. So I love coming to the spot because I always look over the hundreds and thousands of hectares here, and I always imagine what it would look like if it was all cultivated and managed. This is the view that we have in this area. One of our farms are actually down there, as you can see. And a lot of people say, yeah, you should just leave nature to its own, which is fine, I guess, in normal circumstances. But a lot of this land has been so degraded that it's actually struggling to recover. And sometimes it just needs a little bit of help. So I'm going to show you some of the properties that we have here. Well, one in particular that I will actually show you, and then just explain how we actually do our implementation process. The center of Portugal is a beautiful, beautiful place. It does have a very big problem with depopulation. So project like ours hopefully will add to solving the problem of depopulation by making it economically viable for families to move here and for economic activity to return to these lands. Because as you can see, if you look over this area, there's maybe 70% of the land is just abandoned, right? There's not much going on here. So sometimes the parcels are too small, or we don't even know who the owners are. So we're trying to solve that. My company, we actually go door to door looking for the owners. And I'd love for this area to be enjoyed by more people. I mean, look at this beautiful little chapel. I always come up here. And then to bring life back to the land ecologically, but also socially. I think there's a lot of impact that can be had in that. So I'll go show you the farm down there in the valley, and hopefully you'll agree with me that this is a great opportunity for change. Well, we've made it down into the valley. I just want to show you, this is what the land normally looks like. It's brush. Often there's people just come and dump stuff here. There's some pioneer species growing here, but the succession is just not happening. I think the soil's so degraded that it actually struggles to actually get the succession going. We then come in. This is a 14-hectare plantation that we started implementing at the beginning of the year and that we are busy finishing now. We planted some almond trees here in dry land for the first year. They actually do quite well, get their roots set, and then we will come clean the soil before establishing permanent cover crops over time. Now, each property is different. There's different metrics in terms of pricing, what it costs and so forth per hectare of land. So it's obviously, each one has its own business case, meaning sometimes you buy land that's more expensive and it allows you to not have to have so much machine work. It's already pretty ready for planting. And other times you buy abandoned land like this for cheaper, then you actually spend some more money just to get it ready for the plantation. So there you can see the bulldozer is actually busy working there. He is ripping the last 2 hectares that need to be planted. So ripping actually involves the bulldozer going through the soil. It's got 3 big teeth at the back. It's supposed to go 90 centimeters into the soil, ripping. They don't always get to 90 centimeters. It's just to break up any hard bands or any rocks that might be lying below the surface, then brings it to the top, and then later we go and remove the rocks over time. So the bulldozer is doing that right now. I just want to walk you down here to where the dam is. So all these orchards are irrigated. This soil, as you can see, is actually shale rock. So this, before the bulldozer came through, was like solid rock, right? And then the bulldozer breaks it up into these shale pieces, and then over time it breaks down as we come through with the tractors. This is actually perfect soil for almonds. They love the drainage that it provides. So as I was saying, all our orchards are actually irrigated, so we've already started installing the irrigation here. It goes all the way around, all the way to the top there. So this property is actually very beautiful. It's a young family that are looking to actually come and live, if not on the property, at least close by. This is the compost that we use. It's all our fertilizer is actually organic compost that gets bought locally. So I just want to go show you what the dam looks like, where our irrigation water comes from. We built big dams because to be sustainable we have to use the surface water instead of actually tapping into any groundwater. So 90% of our irrigation actually comes from surface water. So we built these big dams that actually get fed by rain, and also we've put drainage lines into the land that we fill with rocks, and then the water, any excess water from the soil actually runs into the dam, which is a very nice way of actually filling the dam. This dam was finished probably a month and a half ago. I haven't actually been here for a while. There's also a river running close by there. We are sometimes allowed to get licenses to draw water from the rivers, which we actually do, and it's at a reduced rate. They don't allow you to draw too much. Obviously it needs to be sustainable, but this is what the dam looks like. As you can see, it's pretty big. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 20,000 cubic meters, which will give enough water when it's full. We also have a borehole over there. So the idea is that we have enough water stored here for the summer months, which is probably about 4 months where we don't have any water running in. So you need to have just enough irrigation water for that. So for this 14-hectare plantation, that's the amount of water you need, right? So this plantation goes over the top that side, and obviously all the way up the hill, as I showed you earlier. But this project's just getting going. You're gonna be absolutely amazed as I continue to show you how the things are growing here. Obviously when the trees are starting to grow, when we've established the perennial orchard cover, this is something that's going to be absolutely beautiful. But also it also makes business sense. We buy the land for pretty cheap, then we implement it, leveraging bank financing but also grants from the European Union, and we are actually in a way recovering hectares in the center of Portugal that have been lying abandoned for many years. I mean, if you can see, if you compare what the land looks like next to the part that's actually been cleaned compared to what we've actually done, that land's been looking like that for probably 20 years. Some of the owners don't even know that they own land in this area. So we're hoping that with the work that we're doing, we're going to be able to hectare by hectare recover this area and also create a new industry, because the plantations we do are profitable, and we are providing jobs for about 14 people at the moment. And obviously as we grow our hectareage, we're just going to be employing more people. 90% of them are locals, and we've actually created a very nice team. So we're excited to have you along with the journey. I hope that to end off, I just quickly wanted to take you down to the river to show you what it looks like. Yeah, so just about the social impact. I think a big part of what we're doing, if you want to talk about organic regenerative agriculture, is actually the social impact that you can have, right? So the big problem we're having in Europe at the moment is our rural areas are busy dying, and we need social and ecological entrepreneurs to enter the space and think of innovative ways of stacking functions in a rural setting to make business in this area viable. So that's what we've been doing. I can tell you it hasn't been easy, and I will probably speak in other videos about all the challenges that I faced, but it's all worth it when you come to a place like this. This river, there's spaces in this river. I mean, what happens is, obviously as there's economic and social decline, people's interest in keeping nature intact also diminishes over time. So I mean, there's places here where people come and draw sand out of the river and dump stuff. There's this area that's just been, I don't know what they've actually been doing here, but yeah, so it becomes quite degraded. So for us to, if our idea is to regenerate rural areas but also to look after nature, if that's really the plan, then we need to use business. It needs to make financial sense. Otherwise people just, honestly, it's all good and well setting up NGOs and non-profit organizations. That's wonderful, but I think the best way to impact these areas is actually through business. I just want to show you these massive rocks. These are the shale rocks that actually get broken up over time, that came out of this dam that was built. So I hope you enjoyed this visit. I will try and do a couple more. I'm not the greatest on a video, but if you are interested in what we're doing, I'll keep posting these, especially for the families that are already involved. So hope you have a wonderful day, and see you soon.